You're watching Channel 1, a multilingual channel. Browse through the playlist for your preferred language, and you're watching the gardening series. Warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. Let's join Rovilo at his garden. Good afternoon. This is the week 2 of May, and I'm at the garden. Thank you for joining me today. There are lots of things to do. I'll be sorting the weeds out and preparing the rest of the garden for the rest of the crops today. And surprise, we have a guest appearance today, a local who's visiting us, joining us for coffee. Stay with me and I'll show you the developments in the garden. Welcome to the polytunnel. Look here, I moved this earlier this morning. It was not filmed, but this was the cabinet at the balcony. I needed more space there, so it had to come here. Look, this is the development in the tropical department of the it's really warm in here, of the garden. We transplanted this to a week ago, the ampalaya. You know what? That week earlier this week, it was, or the temperature dropped to -2. So I'm happy that I think they had a shock, but I think they will survive. I have reserved seeds just in case. Look, if we can give this a focus, the tops are a bit, I think they're burned, wind burned, or frost beaten. Frost beaten. Yeah. And these are the string beans. Reasonable. I think they will do well. It's really warm in here. I'll show you the temperature. Look at extreme temperatures. Earlier this week it was -2, or the minimum temperature was -2, so there was frost. Now it's reading 36, but it can go as high as 48 during midday inside this plastic polytunnel. Let's go out. It's really hot in here. And can we show this chayote as well? The chayote. I already planted this in the ground, but when I realized there would be frost, I retrieve it back and place it here. It's beginning to bear fruits even, but look at the leaves. They've been really shocked. I hope it survives. I hope it survives. Yeah. Just really go out. And before we leave, I'll show you the taro leaves, or taro plant, that are here. They really need tropical conditions to grow. That's why they have to be inside the polytunnel. This area is being prepared for the sweet corn that I started a week ago. They are now in the polytunnel. Usually, for the past 2 years, I only cover the ground with newspaper and spread compost over the newspaper, and that suppresses the weeds. But due to my 3 weeks of absence, it's too late for me to do that, and I think it's really needed to pull out, to uproot the weeds. It's heavy, it's tiresome, especially under this warm sun, baking sun. You know that even in this part of the world, the sun rays are much stronger than what we have in the tropics, especially in Manila. Thanks to air pollution, the sun there is not as sharp. The sun rays are not as sharp as here. Tiresome, but needed. Oh, I might as well take a break and see who's coming to visit. Let's leave this for now.
Misschien niemand.
Nou, hij valt dadelijk. Dus,
Het is mijn twee visite.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Straks als ze komen.
zit je nou te wachten tot iemand...
Kom nog eentje.
Laat u ons zo. Is goed.
Honey.
Yeah, there's someone. Hello, Ate Jonah. What's up? Very handsome Dutchman. Yeah, I'm a big man here.
I'm the big man now.
Thank you for the thumbs up.
We're direct from the garden. We're live from the garden. Ang init, grabe, it's warm. We just stopped, so we're having coffee break.
Yeah. We're having coffee break.
More, yeah. Oh, there's another guy. Who's in?
Who's coming?
Warm welcome. Hello. Tingnan mo na sa telepono mo. You can watch from your phone and we can see. Hello, Darren's Diary. Hello, welcome, Darren.
We need your comments.
What's up? Look. Ito, he's also a gardener. Look. Hello, host. Uy, then ikaw pala si Koyo Queen. That's my neighbor. Koyo Queen. Di ba BY, oh? BY means handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is our garden and this is my big manang Biscayana.
Yeah.
We're having, what do we have today for lunch?
We're having mungo
Mongo gisado.
and laing.
And laing. The film that we shoot in Manila, we're having that laing today, and I'm sharing with that big man. And with you also, if you stay, you will get you'll get a taste of our recipe as well. Yes, he's also a gardener. Tell them about your garden. This is his first year to garden. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Rudy. I have a garden there. It's the first year, and I like it.
Yeah, and lovely neighbors like us.
Yeah.
We really enjoy our garden here.
Look at it. Look, more view of the garden. Yeah. Good.
After that back-breaking labor, this is what we have. I've cleared the weeds and I've moved back this bed here. Look what I've done to suppress the weeds from growing back. I spread these newspapers and then put another layer of compost. These are animal manures, cow manure to be exact, which I hold from that area. We've collected them earlier this year, and since this was not yet ready, we had to transfer them here. So that's the development here. Next, I'll be installing the trellis for these peas. Look how high they've grown, and they're beginning to blossom. So maybe in 3 weeks time I'll be harvesting peas or chicharo. We need a trellis, and another thing to be built here is a net. I'll build a net to protect the peas from the birds. It's always a fight with nature in gardening. It's a reality of life that we have to protect our crops or even ourselves from other animals or creatures to survive. Same in gardening. Let's continue working. Let's take a break. I'm just tired. I'll just water the plants and I think we can call it a day. But for the meantime, I'll enjoy this cup of coffee with you. I love this time of the day at the garden when everything is quiet. Almost everyone has gone home and I'm alone. I enjoy this time of the day when it's quiet at the garden. Neighbors are gone, alone, and I can hear the birds chirping. I hope you can hear them too. There are lots of things to be sorted in the shed, but this can wait. I really enjoy this. Alone. I see this as my future. I remember my grandfather, the brother of my grandfather, is a mechanical engineer, but at the peak of his career he just got tired of the corporate life and he went home to our barrio in Pangasinan, and he just concentrated or devoted his time to gardening, and he lived alone. For the rest of his life, that might happen to me. But I understand why. I understand why he did it. As human beings, we have this special attachment to Mother Earth, or to our Native American brothers and sisters, to the Pachamama, or Mother Earth. We're made from Earth, ultimately, and that's where we're going to, ultimately. That explains why our special bond with Mother Earth. I also want to quote our minister here in Allenhoven, as we get older, the need for our hands to get in contact with the ground also increases. That's why most of the gardeners here are old people, except for Henry, of course, who visited us earlier this morning. We hope to have him more often. Let's go out. I moved the camera outside just for you to hear the birds. It's a bit cold, but it's worth it. Just enjoy the sounds of the chirping of the birds. We won't be rolling this all day. I'll just finish my cup of coffee. Let's get on with our class in the garden. Don't go to another channel because we're almost done. I'll just be shooting my farewell scene, and let's call it a day. Well, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. I'd say this has been my most tiresome day in the garden, besides the building of the shed. After 3 weeks of absence, after 3 weeks in the Philippines, when I came back, the problem was the weeds. Really, they have overtaken the garden. It did not happen to me before. Listen to that. Let's do our last task for the day and we'll head home. Thank you for joining me this second weekend of May. It's been a laborious Saturday, but it's been rewarding. I was able to do lots of things. Thank you for your company, and I hope to have you again next time as I bring you another update of the garden. But for the meantime, don't forget to watch the upcoming cooking series. Till next time, your uncle and kuya here in Holland, Romilo.